Hello people, how have you been? I am Prajakta and welcome to my channel Dancing Bibliophile. 5 months of 2022 have already passed and we are here in the month of June. If you have watched my previous videos, you might know that May was my birthday month and I wanted to make it as productive as I can reading wise. And I did. I managed to read 21 books in the month of May. And considering the number of books which I have read in 2022 so far, which is 46, reading 21 books in 1 month, that is the month of May itself, made me very happy and gave me a sense of accomplishment. So I decided to post first of its kind video on my channel, a wrap up of whatever books I read in the month of May. Now 21 is a big number, and if I try to tackle all of the books in one video, it might result into a long one. So what I have decided is to share two videos with part 1 and part 2 of this wrap up, and I'll share around 10 or 11 books in today's video, which is the part 1, and the remaining ones in the next one. But before we move ahead, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell so as to get notified every time I post a new video. Without further ado, let's get started with the part 1 of May Reading. The first book is Jungle Dama by Amitav Ghosh. It is a popular tale from the Sundarbans and it's a story of Bon Bibi, a forest goddess who helps Dukhe, who is confronted by Dukhin Rai, who is a tiger spirit. It is a simple tale of how good triumphs over evil. I listened to its audiobook on Storytel, which was narrated by Ali Sethi, and all the dramatization and music which was added to it made it quite entertaining. The next one is 3-Act Tragedy by Agatha Christie. Of course, I had to read an Agatha Christie book if it is my birthday month. This is a Hercule Poirot mystery and the story revolves around an actor, and that's why the name 3-Act Tragedy, as it takes place in 3 acts similar to a play. A person dies in a famous actor's party and everyone considers to be a natural death, including Hercule Poirot. But after a few months, another guest from the party dies, and that's where suspicions of murder start to grow. Quite an interesting one and a shorter read as compared to other Christie novels. The third book is Dharma Artha Kama Moksha by Devdutt Patnaik. I have read quite a few books by him and I like how he simplifies the things which have been written in the Vedas and the Puranas. He does something similar in this book. This book is a compilation of 40 essays where he explains about Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha being the 4 important pillars of our existence and how they shape our lives. The book also throws light upon various aspects of these important concepts and how we perceive them in the today's world as compared to what is originally written in the scriptures. Quite an insightful read. The next one is Undertow by Janvi Barua. This book is hands down my favorite one of this year so far. This is a story of Loya who travels from Bangalore to Assam to visit her mother's ancestral home and to meet her grandfather. The relationship of Loya and her grandfather develops so beautifully, and the way in which they try to accept each other with whatever personality traits they have is really beautiful. The author has also described the natural beauty of Guwahati and surrounding area, and the overall reading experience is very mesmerizing. It is a brilliant book where both the people as well as the nature has been described excellently. The next one is The Maid by Neeta Prose. Molly is a maid in the Regency Grand Hotel who discovers a corpse of a VIP guest in one of the hotel rooms. As she is the one who discovers this corpse, she is also the primary suspect. The book tells us about how Molly uncovers the secrets around this murder and also how she acquits herself from the charges levied on her. Was actually expecting quite a lot from this book based on all the reviews, but was a lukewarm experience for me. The next one is My Evil Mother by Margaret Atwood. It is a story which portrays a mother-daughter relationship. In the initial pages of the book, the narrator as a teenager thinks that her mother does all kinds of tricks to make the universe move as per her wants. But as she turns into an adult, she understands the reasons of all the creative inventions of her mother. The book comes to a full circle when we see the narrator using similar tricks on her own daughter. Quite a refreshing and engrossing short read. The next one is Galatea by Madeline Miller, which is a Greek retelling. A sculptor makes a beautiful sculpture of a woman, and the goddess is so impressed by his art, she gives the sculptor a gift of life. Galatea, who is now the wife of the sculptor himself, though alive, is not so happy as it might seem. It is a fresh take on the original Greek story, and Madeline Miller makes a fantastic job of humanizing the actual mythological characters. The next one is the latest release by Lily Singh, Be a Triangle. Now don't get me wrong, but self-help books tend to go in circles and explain the concepts again and again, making the book quite lengthy. But Lily does a great job at keeping the book concise, and the length is just about 100 pages. The most important concept which Lily explains in this book is to be a triangle, to build a solid foundation on top of which we can build our entire lives. Other than that, she also explains us about the importance of living in gratitude, meditation, and as well as building a strong relationship with ourselves as well as the universe. It is a very suitable book for people who are new to the self-help genre. The next one is yet another book by Amitav Ghosh, The Living Mountain. The Living Mountain is a simple fable which involves a great mountain and people living in and around its valley. It also involves invaders who are keen to go on top of this mountain and lay hands on its treasures. The way in which Amitav Ghosh uses various metaphors, we are constantly reminded of the current climate crisis and the two factions of the society, the traditional as well as the modern, and the way in which they are at war at all times. A short, nostalgic yet impactful read. The next one is Gorkhaland Diaries by Satyadeep Chhetri. The word Gorkha reminds us of the Gorkha Regiment of the Indian Army, but many of us are not aware of the tussle going on between the Gorkha community living around Darjeeling and the central and state governments. The book sheds light on the entire movement right from its beginning in 80s till 2000s. It does so through the lives of two people, Rajan and Vijay, who are from different backgrounds and generations but have a single dream of having a separate Gorkha land. The book gives us a complete account of the socio-political upheaval going on in the area for more than 3 decades. And we are left to think what can be the motive of doing all of this and who at the end benefits or suffers through this movement. The next one is Dancing at the Pity Party by Tyler Feder. Death is a very important topic to talk about, but it is made into such a difficult topic to talk about at times. In this graphical memoir, Tyler talks about her mother before she was diagnosed by cancer, while she was fighting it, and after she lost her battle. Not only does she describes her mother so wonderfully, but she also gives tips about how to deal with someone else's grief. The illustrations are really beautiful, and it is refreshing to see how Tyler talks about death so candidly. It is a heart-wrenching yet such a heartwarming book that I totally loved reading it, and I'm sure each one of you will do too. So these were the 11 books out of the 21 books which I managed to read in the month of May. I will share the remaining 10 books in the next video, which will be May Reading Wrapup Part 2. So make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notifications bell so that you will be notified when I post the next video. And if you have liked this video, make sure to hit the like button and share it with all of your friends and family. Also, tell me in the comment section below if you have read any of these 11 books. Until next time, keep reading. Bye-bye.